Hey guys, it's Lucy here. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of this video is to help people understand what they might get out of hiring an interior designer, or to help them answer some of their initial questions before they start upgrading their home, designing their home by themselves. So here are 5 things that people assume about interior design that might just not be true. So without further delay, let's jump right into it. Okay, number 1. People think they need to know their style, that they need to name a style for their home before they start decorating it. And listen, it's not true. It's not necessary to know a style. There are so many styles. I don't even know every style that exists. And it is more confusing to try and think about what style that might be than just choose things that you actually like, that you gravitate to. For example, imagine you creating a Pinterest board and you search on Pinterest. Search for things like light and airy living room or dark wood kitchen. And this will give you more ideas about things that you actually like, that you can inject into your home as your own personal style, rather than a style that is called something like coastal or retro or anything like that. That is not helpful. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You don't have to do that. Also, there is never one style in a home. It's actually no how it works. You always combine a few different elements of different styles because that's what creates more of a contrast. No one designs a home in one style, just one flat style. That would look like staging, not styling, if you know what I mean. Okay, number 2. Now, this is a big one. Is hiring a interior designer expensive? Now, it costs money, but whether it's expensive or not, it doesn't need to be. Let's say in a scenario where you have brand new build home and you need everything done, you don't want to lift a finger, you would like somebody to come in, design it, buy it, set it up, you just sign for it. Yes, it is going to cost you a lot of money, but it doesn't have to be like that. Most of the times, the designer's role is to steer you in the right direction and offer you the support to gather your thoughts and your ideas and give you the confidence to proceed with your design on your own. So this kind of service would usually be based on a consultation, initial design, and maybe even a list of things that you can purchase that they can help you choose to make things easier for you. And this would not cost much. This is a same cost as any other services, and that doesn't involve as many hours as setting up the entire house. Definitely worth it and not too expensive. Okay, number 3. You think you might have to start from scratch. I don't think so. Actually, it's a lot easier to not starting from scratch and just go with what you already have. Okay, meaning you don't have to change the entire house just because you want more cohesive and more designed looking place. You can have existing floors, you can have existing kitchen, you can have existing windows furnishings. All these things, you do not have to change them. You sometimes you just can't change them. They're there. Maybe you are in a rental and you can't rip things out. Don't despair. Go with what you have. You have a kitchen color that you don't particularly like orange. Incorporate it into a color scheme and make it work with your colors. Do you have furniture that you can't get rid of because you can't afford a new one? Make it work with what you have. Make it part of your design. Do not worry that the very thing that you're not sure about or you can't get rid of, that has to be the eyesore. Find things that will go with colors, materials, or just slight little decor elements that you can dress it up and go with it. Don't be afraid of using existing things. They are the character of the home. Believe me, trust me on this one, try it. Okay, number 4. Now you might think that you have to do the entire house. You want more cohesive design, you want more cohesive home. You might feel like, oh, now that I do this thing, I have to do that thing, and now I have to buy a new thing that and change that, and to make it all go together. Listen, don't think that you have to do the entire home at once or to make it cohesive. You just need a starting point, and that starting point will be the very start of the process. And yes, maybe down the track you can do the rest of the house, but focus on one thing at a time, please. Because sometimes small changes are the ones that make the biggest impact. Okay, that brings me to my final point, number 5, and that is people think they need to get it right the first time. Yes, it would be nice, but you probably won't get it right the first time. And don't get me wrong, you won't get it wrong. It's just allow some room for error. Do not be so hard on yourself. And why you might not get it right, it's because your taste might change. Your needs might change. You might need to change the design slightly to fit your lifestyle better. Or you will just use something for some time and then you realize it's not really working for me. So it's okay to experiment. Yeah, it's part of the process. Like anything else, it's part of the process. Designing is a process, it's not one and done. Generally speaking, I like to live in the place, in a space for some time to be able to tell what it requires and what exactly I want in there. So it's really hard when you move into a new home and you think, I need everything new, I will buy this and that. And give it some time. Give it some time to find out your way around the space. There are certainly things you can do to avoid being disappointed and to avoid getting it wrong. So what you can do is definitely spend your time on the planning. The planning is the key. Spend your time on thinking it through. Make a selection board with all your ideas on it. Play with the color schemes that you might like. Sit on it, think about it, take it with you when you go shopping, compare, take time. It takes time. Planning is the key. Then allow room for error. Okay, don't be too hard on yourself. Experiment, try things, get things secondhand. That way, you're not going to break a bank when you purchase something to try how it's going to work and it doesn't. Keep the big ticket items in neutral colors. I know this sounds a little bit boring, but unless you know exactly that you love that green or purple sofa, then just bring in the color with the small stuff like cushions, and keep the big pieces like sofa or big pieces of furniture in neutral colors, so that you don't get tired of them if you're not sure about the color yet. And listen, most of the people that get interior designer involved do not proceed with the idea straight away. They sit on it for months, maybe a year. They don't proceed straight away. They sit on it and think about it, and they might change it. and they might not do it at all, or they might come up with something different. But it gives you ideas to find out what you actually like so that you can then do it yourself in the future. So it's definitely a way to start. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did like it, or leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.